guys, welcome to my channel. This is my 28-week pregnancy update, and I'm just gonna go over a couple symptoms and things that have been going on recently. So if you're a soon-to-be mama or a new mama, congrats. And if you could just press the subscribe button. If you would like to see any of the other videos that I have, please press the like button if you like this video as well. And let's get into it. So, this past week has been interesting. Of course, I've gotten bigger, as I do every week, but another new thing is, well, kind of new, but I've been having more sciatic pain than before. I kind of feel like that might be because I started working out again regularly, and it is pretty late in the pregnancy to start working out, but I've been so sick and dealing with everything the first and second trimester that I really wanted to get back in the gym, start feeling a little bit more in shape now that I feel better, and gear up for labor. So I have been working out a lot more. I met another pregnant mama in the area. I haven't really addressed that much in my vlogs, but we recently moved up to the DC metropolitan area. We live in Arlington, which I'm like looking out my window right now at Washington, D.C. I can see the Washington Monument and the Capitol from our apartment. It's pretty beautiful. A bit of an adjustment from the small town that I grew up in, but it is what it is, and I'm trying to embrace it and find a community here. So I joined a mama's group on Facebook. I know that might sound crazy, but even back at home, I don't have that many friends that are pregnant at the same time as me or even have children. So finding other people who have had children and can kind of give me more direction of like what we will need has definitely been very helpful for me. So I would recommend for any moms out there who this is your first time or your 20th time, it doesn't matter. Having a community around you really does help, and we'll get to that in a second. But on one of the groups, I met another pregnant mama who's 2 weeks behind me. We're both due in July, and we decided to meet up and go hiking. And so I'm used to going to the mountains for hiking, so I thought that it was going to be more of a like nature walk kind of experience, which she proved me wrong. And it was a really cool little lake scenario where we were going up and down through rocks and mud and jumping over trees, and very active experience. So which was good for me. I haven't been in nature in a while, and I love nature, and that was exactly what I needed. So we went ahead and did that, and so it was really nice to meet her, but I think that that is another thing that was contributing to my sciatic pain. And after that, I've been going to the gym almost every day, so that probably has a note. Another new thing that I'm sure anyone else who's been through the 28-week pregnancy mark can remember, I had my glucose screening test, which is something that I've been very worried about. All of my grandparents have had diabetes. Well, 2 of them have diabetes, the other 2 have passed away. It was a pretty big deal for me after I found out all of the risks and things associated with gestational diabetes, which I'm gonna get into in another video because it was kind of hard for me to find like a clear answer of a lot of things for the glucose screening test. Luckily there were some lovely other mamas who had posted videos on YouTube kind of going over it more in depth, which made me feel more comfortable. But I just planned on kind of sharing my experience with that because it was so scary, and yeah, I'll get into that in another video. So if you would like to see that, please press that like button and I'll get that video out as soon as I can. But besides the glucose screening test that was an experience, when I had my doctor's appointment, all of the tests came back all the tests came back as normal. She did the Doppler, we could hear his heartbeat, and everything went fairly smooth. This was my first appointment without Jason, so going in, I was pretty terrified, but it was good and everything went smoothly. So luckily that was all good. And so, as I said, I have been going to the gym more because I've been more active. Like when I'm up, I am energetic and able to move, but some days I cannot get out of the bed. Like, I'll just say it like it is. It is not glamorous, but some days I just lay in bed cuddling with Cora, and that might be the only thing that I do that day. And definitely not something that I want to get in the habit of, but I've been feeling a lot more fatigued when I am fatigued. It's like, just can't get up and do anything. We haven't really gotten any new things baby related. We haven't been shopping or anything. I'm really trying to hold out for the baby shower, but we are saving up to get cloth diapers because that is what we're going to try to do. I did just want to say I don't think that she watches my videos at all, but I'm gonna link this lovely lady. Her YouTube channel is Mama Katrine. Katrine? I might be saying that wrong, and I am so sorry if I am. But I love her so much. She is great. I've been like bombarding her Instagram with like, oh my god, just head over heels. Love her aspect of pregnancy, how she went about her pregnancy, and she's also doing cloth diapering, and they are very environmental friendly, and those are all things that really matter to me. And thank God she finally had her little baby, and after 42 full weeks. And so anyways, she's awesome, and I'm gonna link her in the description box below just because I think she's great and you should definitely check her out. So yeah, I don't really have too many symptoms this week. I feel like my acne is getting better. I've had really bad like pregnancy hormonal acne, and I actually found out because I was getting them all along my chin, and I still have a few spots here and there, but they're not like bad anymore. But I found out that that area of your chin is typically when you get acne there, it's hormones and sugar, which it was probably mostly hormones because I'm not really a sweet tooth, but as the farther along I've gotten into pregnancy, I've become a little bit of a sweet tooth. This is a pineapple. which I try to do more fruit sugars than like the ice cream side of things, but Jason's got a big sweet tooth, so sometimes we have cookies and ice cream. He's so sweet. He always wants to treat me to Ben & Jerry's, which is sweet and also terrible. So, yeah, my hormonal acne is slowly dying down, and hopefully that doesn't flare back up. But I think it's also due to, I started using coconut oil as like my stretch mark oil, just because I keep hearing that it's very good for stretch marks, and I've always been a lover of coconut oil. I actually make my own toothpaste out of coconut oil. So I decided to try that, and I've started using it as a face cream at night as well. And I don't know, I feel like that's really what's been doing it. My skin just feels so much softer. Just saying, coconut oil is a good alternative for all the cocoa butter and things like that. I'm not a big fan of the smell of cocoa butter. So I think that's kind of what's pushed me to the coconut oil side. And also, I just like the way the coconut oil leaves my skin feeling, and I feel like my skin actually like drinks it up. Where with the cocoa butter, it just kind of sits on my skin and winds up rubbing all over everything, and then I just smell like it, and it's just not my favorite. But yeah, so I think my tolerance, like food aversions, have kind of went away. I've had a huge problem with food aversions throughout this whole pregnancy, where like I could crave Chick-fil-A, and as soon as I get it, like the texture of the chicken is so like revolting to me that I can't eat it, which says a lot because Chick-fil-A is delicious. Also, we're trying to plan a baby moon at some point, but our baby shower is in like 2 weeks or something. We did it earlier because me and Jason have to travel back to Chesapeake, and personally I don't think I'm gonna want to travel down there when I'm like, what, 35 weeks? I think is around the time that normal people have their baby showers, but traveling in a car for 4 hours, I just don't know if that's something that I'm gonna want to do. So we planned it a little bit earlier, also just so that I'll be closer to the hospital if I need to be when I get closer to my due date. So we'll see if we get a baby moon in at some point. If not, we'll take a vacation at some point. I don't know how that works once the baby comes, how much free time we're gonna have, but we'll see. Anyways, I think that wraps up most of my symptoms. I have been craving a lot of water. So that's kind of a good thing about this week. Like, I have downed some water, which is good. So I'm glad about that. But anyways, that's basically all of my symptoms. I haven't had many things recently. Okay, one last thing is that I have been having these seriously like identical symptoms to my period, like before I got pregnant. Like I'm someone who gets chronic ovarian cysts that are sometimes filled with blood, which causes a lot of discomfort around the time of my period. So I have a lot of like just pelvic pain during my period, and I've been having a lot of that recently. But it also feels like it's like widening, which would make sense because now he's getting so much bigger. But when I talked to my doctor about the pelvic pain, she said that that could be the beginning of Braxton Hicks, where like everything's contracting, and that might be the pain that I'm feeling. But overall, it's not a constant thing. It's very random and very short. So it's not like, I mean, normal period cramps can last like 2 or 3 days. It's definitely not like that. But I have been having that, and that's normal. So if you are having like some period cramping and you, like one time I went to the bathroom because I felt like I was having my period. And then I started to freak out because I was like, if I'm bleeding, I have to go to the hospital. But I wasn't, and everything's fine. So if you're experiencing that, it's okay. Call your doctor if you're concerned. Definitely. If there's anything, by this point in my pregnancy, I have learned, if you are worried about anything, call your doctor, and they will tell you whatever needs to be said. Like, if it's an issue, it's an issue. If it's not, they will completely put that fire out. Being pregnant and having your hormones in control over you so much, sometimes you start freaking out, and yeah, you just need someone to be like, calm the hell down. And my doctor does that a lot. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my bump. I think the coconut oil is working better than my old stuff, so hopefully that prevents any more stretch marks from appearing. So this was my 28-week update, and I'll be getting back to you guys soon on the glucose test experience. I love you guys so much, and we can't wait to meet you, baby, and it's so soon. We have 12 weeks left, and we're very excited. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video.